Dominating performance यहाँ पे.
A wonderful flick.
शानदार गोल.
एक से बने दो.
SG Pipers arrived in Ranchi hoping to turn things around, and they have done just that, securing their first win of the season by beating the Hyderabad Tufans. Hello and welcome, I'm Surbhi Vaid, and alongside me is former Scottish international midfielder Nikki Lloyd. Nikki, what a game!
Oh my gosh, I'm just catching my breath. It was non-stop. End-to-end action. You were seeing what the two fans were doing. Over 40 circle penetrations, but 16 shots. Not good enough. It was just insane.
Now, Ranchi Royals yesterday, SG Pipers today. It seems like Ranchi is the place you have to come to change your luck.
It is, and I love that. I love that this pitch is throwing up some results that you wouldn't always expect. It makes it really exciting.
And now, hero of the match, we've got to talk about Thomas Santiago. But before that, look at all these reactions, because this is the winning moment. They've been waiting for this win. 2 losses, and then finally in their third game they have secured their first win, and this is the guy we were talking about, Thomas Santiago, the hero of the match.
Absolutely, player of the match. Definitely, that's what he deserved. But I think he won the game for the team. Yes, Domine scored the 2 goals, but Santiago kept his team time and time again in the game, and the double saves he was able to make. This was in the first quarter. That shot coming in, the baseline, Anderson for the 2 fans doing really well. But one thing Santiago is stellar at is he's able to get out so quickly, smother the ball. You see once again putting the pressure onto Brand, and then with a minute or so left, there was that penalty stroke that was awarded. Zach Wallace stepping up, going for the right-hand side, but that strong left kicker of Santiago. Just the difference today, I think.
Yeah, he was the difference. He held his nerves really well. But you know what? Both the Thomas for the SG Pipers showcased their best game today. Thomas Domine started it with the goals. He scored twice today, once from penalty corner and the other one a field goal.
Yeah, his penalty corner was absolutely brilliant. The positioning he used when he was drag flicking, he comes onto this ball, and it's the sheer placement. Number 1 runner is going out as fast as he can, and we've seen so many times in this tournament that the drag flickers are placing the ball in between the post player and the goalkeeper. It's a really difficult place. And the 3D skill. Look at this beautiful running, exceptional play of advantage by the umpires as well, because there were 3 very heavy stick tackles, and then the pass through. Domine still had to beat the defender and then slot it home for his second.
Yeah, and before the match he was talking about improving, and they've done exactly that. They were talking about win, and they have got their win. But let's take a look at the top scorers chart as well. Kane Russell obviously leading with 6 goals. Then you've got Tom Bone with 5, Amandeep Lakra over there with 5. He was 4 before the start of this match, but Thomas Domine right there with 4 goals.
Yeah, it's starting to get very close. Kane Russell loves those neon socks, but I don't think he's going to hold on for them for too much longer unless he can put another few goals back tonight.
Now, Amandeep Lakra over there, he did score a goal for the other team today, but they couldn't find the next goal. You did mention about the circle penetration and the shots. They did knock the door a lot of times, but just couldn't find the result.
Yeah, and I think a little bit it's down to the connection, the movement of their team. But I've got to say, it's Santiago in the goal as well. He intercepted so many loose ball crosses.
And now let's also take a look at where these 2 teams have ended up after this match on the points table. Now, if you will take a look at the points table, you can see that SG Pipers, they've climbed up. Of course, they were right at the bottom of the table, and their is a reason for them to smile after this match.
Yeah, they're still behind the two fans, but they have a game in hand. So they never know. They can get that 3 points and they can leapfrog even higher in the table.
Yeah, and they would be very happy because they've secured one win today, SG Pipers, but Hyderabad Tufans, they would be wondering what went wrong for them because they tried a lot, but the conversion didn't come for them. What could they have done differently?
That's a really good question. I think they had really wonderful structure. They're outletting, they were rotating really well, but it took until, for me, the last half of the game for them to really get into it. In this league, we've seen them start slowly in the first half of the game, and then they just start to chase and chase again. Obviously, Zach Wallace will be disappointed with that miss of a stroke, but I think they need to find some way to start their games better and faster.
Yeah, they need to find that way because we've seen them make a comeback in the last match, Ranchi Royals. But today they couldn't do that. But talking about the umpiring, we've been impressed by the umpires during the women's tournament as well and the men's tournament as well. Now, today the umpiring level was so good.
It really was. And what's great, obviously the men's game is wicked fast and you can't always see everything as you would as we play by play. So we've got the video umpires if needed. But before you go to that, the umpires are mic'd up so they can talk to each other, they can discuss, and it's the way they work. They're a mini team themselves.
Yeah, and usually we see the players grab all the headlines, but the umpires, they are quietly doing their job so well. And we're all a fan of the umpiring right here at the HIL. But on that note, it's time for a short break. But once we return, we'll shift our focus to the second match of the day. HIL GC versus the Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons. The players are ready and eager to help their team claim victory. Both the teams have arrived. The players are focused and ready. They will want to walk away with the 3 points today. But who will? We will talk about that on the other side of the short break.
Dominating performance यहाँ पे.
The wonderful flick.
शानदार गोल.
एक से भले दो.
tum takatak tin na tum takatak tin na tum takatak tin
all set here at the Maramgom Ke Jaipal Singh AstroTurf Hockey Stadium, where HIL, GC and the Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons will go head-to-head shortly. Both teams are evenly matched. HIL GC suffered a shootout loss yesterday, while the Dragons are yet to experience one. This is going to be a riveting clash, Nikki.
It is, and if we know anything about this Ranchi Stadium, it's the place of shootouts. We seem to have so many.
And Tamil Nadu Dragons have mastered the art of shootouts, haven't they?
They really have, and I love to see that. Yes, it's not necessarily the best option for a team not to get that win in regulation, but for the fans and for the hockey nerds, as I count myself as one, I love to see it.
We aren't complaining, are we? Now, Tamil Nadu Dragons clearly enjoying themselves in the league. और उनके जो मिडफील्डर है टॉम क्रेग वो अपना टाइम एंजॉय कर रहे हैं इंडिया में. कैसे, आइए जानते हैं.
Hi, I'm Tom Craig. I'm a midfielder and I play for the Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons. I've been very lucky. I've been to India probably 10 times, maybe more. What I like the most, I always look forward to the food and I always look forward to hanging out with my friends. I love having masala dosa for breakfast. It's amazing. Every single breakfast, Blake Govers and I, we always have a masala dosa together. Yeah, it's super fun, super tasty. It was really good to be in Chennai for the first half of the Hockey India League. It was our home crowd, which was great. The city is beautiful. I'm also looking forward to going to Bhubaneswar. We've spent a lot of time in Bhubaneswar, and if anywhere in India was really my second home, it would be Bhuba. I really like the zoo, Bhubaneswar Zoo. It's awesome to have some chai with your friends, sit around, talk, share cultures, share stories, and the tea is very tasty too. I love my G brothers, Uttam and Chandan from UP. They're great fun. Oh, I tell you one thing we want to tick off, it would be great to win the Hockey India League. That would be really good.
He's totally in love with India, with Indian food, and of course he spoke about Bhubaneswar over there. But talking about Indian food, Nikki, you also love Indian food, and just like Tom, you also love masala dosa.
That's what I had for breakfast this morning. I think we've got so much in common. Absolutely, yeah, Indian food, it is my favourite. I'm a lemon tea over a chai though, I've got to say. But yeah, it's my favourite.
But what about Bhel Puri? Because my producer is asking me to ask you about Bhel Puri as well.
Oh, Bhel Puri, always. Yeah, the producer of the show, he took me for a Bhel Puri from a street cart on the way back after one of these games and asked for extra green chilies for me.
Yeah, Bhel Puri, momo, masala dosa. Aren't you a fan of Indian food? You clearly are. Now, but we also got to talk about James Mazzarello, जो कि गोलकीपर है HIL GC के, बहुत अच्छे फॉर्म में है. उनसे बात की हमने आज के इस मैच से पहले. आइए उस पे एक नजर डालते हैं.
James, you have been phenomenal there at the goal post, and your team looks pretty sorted up everywhere in all the departments. Any changes in this strategy tonight?
Not really. There were little tweaks from yesterday that we weren't quite where we want to be, so we'll look to implement them today. But overall, we just want to be a really tough team to beat, tough to break down, and then threatening on the counter-attack. And also, we got a very dangerous corner, so hopefully we can show that tonight.
All the best for the game.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
Now, he's clearly mentioned over there that they would try to play better and, you know, get a win today after yesterday's shootout loss.
Yeah, and they'll try and build from the back. Having someone like James Mazzarello, his experience, he plays for England and for GB, his club team of old Georgians, they've got a lot of use that they can have from him. I think, yes, they'll want to start quicker. He'll need to command his backline, make sure that some of their sloppy defending is cleaned up, but they'll look to him a lot tonight.
They will, and he'll be trying and protecting his goal today, because we've got to talk about the Dragons as well, because in that they've got the attacker. We're talking about Blake Grovers over here. We spoke to him as well before the match. Let's take a look at that.
Black, all the matches that your team has played so far were very close. So what exactly is going in your favor?
I mean, look, we're defending as a unit as best we can. Look, it's not always perfect, but, you know, we're counter-attacking well, and, you know, we've got enough quality to scrape through, which is good. So hopefully we can get the result again tonight.
All the best for the match.
Thank you.
Now he's mentioned over there that they are doing well in terms of counter-attacking, and that is what they'll be focusing on today as well.
I think they're going to have a varied attack. Blake Govers is a phenomenal player. He's confident and he's selfish in a good way. If he has a sniff at an opportunity to score, he's going to take it, and you're going to back him to score. He can drag flick as well. He's a really good forward that this team are very excited to have.
Yeah, now, and both the teams would be eyeing that top spot on the points table as well, because a win today will guarantee them that. But talking about prediction, Nikki, it's almost time for taking your predictions now.
It is, again, this volatile pitch. You don't know what's going to happen when you come to Ranchi. I think it's going to be close. I went with GC yesterday. He didn't get the win. Dragons, yes, they're flying high, but I'm going to stick with my loyalties of GC for the win.
Okay, you supported them yesterday. They didn't deliver for you, but they might deliver for you today. So we'll see whether HIL walk away with a victory today after that shootout loss from yesterday, or will it be the Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons who extend their winning run? It will be a very interesting and enthralling match. We'll find out what happens after this short break.
Dominating performance यहाँ पे.
The wonderful flick.
शानदार गोल.
एक से बलेंडो.
Hi, I'm Tom Craig. I'm a midfielder and I play for the Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons. I've been very lucky. I've been to India probably 10 times, maybe more. What I like the most, I always look forward to the food, and I always look forward to hanging out with my friends. I love having masala dosa for breakfast. It's amazing. Every single breakfast, Blake Govers and I, we always have a masala dosa together. Yeah, it's super fun, super tasty. It was really good to be in Chennai for the first half of the Hockey India League. It was our home crowd, which was great. The city is beautiful. I'm also looking forward to going to Bhubaneswar. We've spent a lot of time in Bhubaneswar, and if anywhere in India was really my second home, it would be Bhuba. I really like the zoo, Bhubaneswar Zoo. It's awesome to have some chai with your friends, sit around, talk, share cultures, share stories, and the tea is very tasty too. I love my G brothers, Uttam and Chandan. From UP, they're great fun. All right, I'll tell you one thing we want to tick off. It would be great to win the Hockey India League. That would be really good.
Hello and very good evening once again to the Hero Hockey India League 2025-2026, where we are all set for match number 14 here at the Marang Gomke Jaipal Singh AstroTurf Hockey Stadium from the beautiful city of Ranchi. It's time for the men's match 14 between the Hockey India League Governing Council versus the Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons. We're all set for another top tier contest between two top sides that are clearly setting a blistering pace on the pitch. The temperature is a cool 13.8 degree centigrade. It's dropped a couple of notches from yesterday, but the players won't complain given the amount of heat they generate out there on the hockey pitch. There is Sam Ward, who has braved many an adversity in life and will once again hold the key to the HILGC, as will the captain, the influential talismanic midfielder Hardik Singh. Alberry, of course, will also be in action, James Alberry. Tamil Nadu Dragons aren't bereft of quality as well. Tom Craig, and that's the man whom everyone wants a piece of, Blake Covers, one of the world's very best. Alrighty, time now for the toss with both the captains in attendance.
We move on to the second match of the day, HILGC up against Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons. I'm joined by both the captains here, Amit Rohidas and Hardik Singh, along with the on-field umpires, David Tomlinson and Saurabh Rajput. Let's get the toss underway.
You're a Kiwi or a head?
This one?
Head? Okay. Heads.
Amit, toss जीत लिया है, क्या करना पसंद करेंगे?
Ball first.
Okay, so Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons have won the toss and they have decided to start the play.
The Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons, who have remained unbeaten thus far, will commence action. Just to look at how they fare. The HILGC are in second place with 2 victories and 1 shootout defeat. The Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons, of course, have won 2 games by virtue of a shootout and 1 victory outright, coming by way of their contest against the Surma Hockey Club. Well, time now to listen to what the coaches had to say ahead of this big fixture.
विक्रम, एक करीबी मुकाबले के साथ आज इस मुकाबले में आ रहे हैं, बैक टू बैक एक्शन, क्या कुछ चल रहा है, क्या माहौल है टीम का भी?
कल का जो मैच देखा गया तो हमने काफ़ी अच्छी तरीके से खेला है और हमें फील्ड गोल भी मिला, लेकिन अनफॉर्चुनेटली हमको शॉर्ट कॉर्नर नहीं मिला है। लेकिन आज के मैच में देखते हैं कि हमारा कोशिश यही रहेगा कि शॉर्ट कॉर्नर लेने का, लेकिन देखते हैं कि हमें फील्ड गोल भी मिला है। तो हम लास्ट मैच में से और अभी का जो मैच देखेंगे तो मोर कॉन्सनट्रेट हमारा शॉर्ट कॉर्नर पे रहेगा।
आज के मैच के लिए ऑल द बेस्ट।
थैंक यू।
Tim, you're facing a tough component tonight because we have seen HILGC, they played a shootout last time, so they will be high.
Yeah, they're going to be a very tough opponent. Undefeated, played a good game against the Lancers last night. Yeah, they play a little bit differently than the other teams, so we've prepared for that. But as always, we've focused mainly on us and what we need to do well, with an awareness of what they're trying to disrupt us. So yeah, we're excited for the game.
All the best for the match.
Thank you.
Well, both coaches suitably cheerful and endearing as well. And look at the Neon Sox contenders. Kane Russell of the HILGC is in no mood to relent with 6 goals. He's well and truly on top. But Tom Bond is not too far behind, as is Amandeep Lakra, who featured earlier in the piece today. Thomas Domain and Alexander Hendricks with 4 goals apiece are also in the running for the Neon Sox, which is awarded to the highest goal getter in the league. A look at both the umpires now. Saurabh Rajput to the left of your screen alongside David Tomlinson. The umpiring has consistently remained top-notch in the competition. And great to see the umpires have a good game as well. They have been tough but fair, firm but increasingly polite, as both the teams line up, led by their respective captains. Hardik Singh to the left and Amit Rohidas to the right. It's the HILGC versus the Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons. It's a contest that will play a key role in potentially determining where these two teams are headed in the larger scheme of the competition before the race for the semi-finals heats up as well. At the moment, the teams are evenly matched. They have very
Introducing
little
the
to choose.
team, Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons. Jersey number 30, team captain Amit Rohidas. 1, David Hart. 3, Arun J. 5, Karthi Selvam. 6, Sheshagowda. 7, Nathan Abrams. 8, Sandra Devin. 9, Selvaraj Kanagaraj. 10, Mohammad Rahil. 11, Philip Kaufman. 12, Prithvi GM. 13, Blake Govers. 14, Chandan Yadav. 16, Prince Deep. 20, Tom Gray. 23, Uttam Singh. 26, Anand Lakra. 29, Thomas Sosby. 32, Sushil Danwar. 60, Adroit Ekka. Introducing the team, HLGC. Jersey number 8, team captain Hardik Singh. 1, James Masanello. 3, Rahul Yadav. 5, Surinder Kumar. 6, Kane Russell. 9, Sudeep Chirmako. 10, Darag Walsh. 12, Ajit Yadav. 13, Sam Ward. 14, Lalit Kumar Upadhyay. 18, Priyavarta Tallin. 20, Shadanan Tiwari. 22, Prashant Kumar Chauhan. 28, Jasjit Kullar. 32, Tangai Kosins. 40, Saman Yotston. 45, Prashant Barla. 47, Gurjot Singh. 56, James Albury. 88, Manmeet Singh.
And a look at our esteemed dignitaries as well. Shri Rajneesh Kumar, CEO, Hockey Jharkhand, is accompanied by Mr. B.N. Bhushan, Director, Hockey India. A big round of applause, of course, from the players and from all of us, indeed, to Hockey Jharkhand, who played a monumental role in ensuring that games in Ranchi over the last few years have been staged in fine fettle. And this season's Hero Hockey India League fixtures is no different as well. Sincere thanks also go to the Hockey India and all its office bearers for ensuring that the players, the administrators and all the stakeholders have been taken good care of, and for giving the hockey loving public of the world some terrific games to partake of in, which is why even for a number of the players from overseas taking part, this has truly been a revelation, a truly novel experience, an experience that's given them plenty of fascination and intrigue into
we now request
how
everyone to please
hockey
stand for the
functions in
national
this part
anthem.
of the world. Time
आप
now
सभी से
for
गुजारिश
the
है,
Indian
कृपया
national anthem.
भारत के राष्ट्रीय गान के लिए खड़े हो जाए और साथ गाए.
And a terrific fixture awaits us. Another top-tier tussle between two quality sides here, the HILGC and the Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons. The latter has remained unbeaten in the competition thus far, but have sailed through their two nerve-wracking shootouts. Just a look at how the Hockey India League GC stacks up today. James Mazzarello starts on goal. Priyabarta Talem, Simon Yorston, Kane Russell and Surendra Kumar comprise the four-man backline. Tangi Kosons, Gurjot Singh and Hardik Singh comprise the midfield. Sam Ward, Lalit Kumar Upadhyay and Sudeep Chirmako will spearhead the attack. We will definitely see the likes of the impressive Jasjeet Singh, as also Manmeet Singh and James Albury. And Hardik Singh providing a last-minute pep talk to the HILGC, who went down in a close tussle to the Vedanta Kalinga Lancers by way of a shootout. And speaking of shootouts, that's the team to beat. They haven't lost a single shootout yet. The Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons start with David Hart on goal, Anand Lakra, Sanjay Diviana and Amit Rohidas, Sushil Dhanwar constitute the four-man backline. Tom Craig, Thomas Sosby and Mohammad Rahil are in midfield. Uttam Singh, Karthi Selvam and Blake Covers will lead the attack, with the likes of Nathan, Ephraim, Selvaraj, Kanagraj, Arun, Prince Steve, who knows, he might also be in action later, as also will be Adrohit Eka. In the commentary box, this is Arun Venugopal. And alongside me is Nicky Lloyd. But before that, a look at Vikram Pillai, the very cheerful coach of the Hockey India League GC. Tim White, the head coach of the Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons, last year was also part of the Belgium women's national setup as the interim head coach in the FIH Pro League.
Ranchi, get ready for the countdown.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's play.
And as Hardik Singh says, let's play, we will follow suit with the Hockey India League GC taking on the Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons. The Hockey India League in all blue pushing from left to right, and in all yellow are the Tamil Nadu Dragons pushing from right to left. In the com box, this is Arun Venugopal, and I'm joined by the certified hockey nerd in our commentary box, Nicky Lloyd. A very good evening.
Good evening, Arun. He's very much excited for this game. The Dragons, they started really quickly through that aerial, and then HILGC instantly slowing the game down, winning that free hit by Sam Ward, and then looking to just dictate the tempo. They like to keep the ball, they like possession. The man on the ball there with those neon socks, he's currently the top goal scorer for this league with 6 goals. But there are so many players now just yapping at his heels.
They went down in a close encounter yesterday, and they will certainly want to do right by their team tonight. Will the HILGC Uttam Singh making a promising run. It's a great strike. And who else but Tom Craig, the man who loves the masala dosas from, which is so intrinsic to the spirit of Tamil Nadu, really. Firing a tomahawk right on top, but the goalkeeper was alert to the task. The very impressive James Mazzarello secured the player of the match award yesterday.
Yeah, Mazzarello, we said in the pre-game that he's going to be so important. He's got to be up for this, and he had to put all of his weight behind this shot. You see, Tom Craig comes in and he's got the time to take that shot. He's not tracked, he's not closed down as quickly as he needs to. And Mazzarello there just pushing the ball up and over.
James Mazzarello has been pivotal to the fortunes of the HILGC. Tamil Nadu, the Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons also have been terrific. They have been unbeaten so far, currently third, but are equal on points with their opponents in this fixture, the HILGC. Merely separated by goal difference.
And we can see, we have a whole view of the stadium here as the Dragons are outletting. Their forward line is trying to run constantly circles, creating those gaps so that they can look to thread the ball through again. It's a good tactic for your forwards. It's very tiring though.
Indeed, putting a lot of onus and faith in the forward line, but when you have the likes of a Blake Covers, why wouldn't you? Has been arguably one of the biggest talismans in the game. has inspired so many of the younger Indian players as well, who admitted to as much during the Junior World Cup. It's a great dispossession from HILGC on that occasion.
Yeah, Blake Govers, for me, he's an exciting player. As we look on, see Tim White there, just giving some advice to his players on the pitch. Blake Govers, he's exciting, he's young, he's fiery, he's everything I think a younger player would want to be and want to emulate for sure.
Prashant Bola trying to find some space. It's a 2v2 and they are inside the circle. David Hart is no ordinary goalkeeper, really. Awarded the goalkeeper of the year, the FIH goalkeeper of the year twice in his career. Has been a cornerstone of their strategy. In fact, they are called Tamil Nadu Dragons, Nikki. They have a heavily populated the circle defense more often than not, taking the games deep.
Yeah, they have. When you've got Hart in goal, he is an excellent veteran of the game. For me, though, the Dragons just looking like they were reacting to what was happening to them in defence rather than actually preempting and being first with that 50-50 ball.
Indeed, no two ways about that. And the backline has been taken care of by Sander Devian and Amit Rohidas. Of course, Sander was bought by Tamil Nadu Dragons for 36 lakh rupees, the second highest paid player in the competition. They have shown proclivity to press higher up the pitch, try and dismantle the HILGC midfield. Not the easiest of tasks, given how Hardik Singh ensures that the midfield is stacked up, but the Tamil Nadu Dragons have so far proven themselves up to the challenge.
A little bit of a mistap there. Kane Russell somehow manages to dance his way out under immense pressure from Blake Govers.
I think Blake Govers had a case there. He seemed a bit peeved with the whistle going up early, wanted to play the advantage. I do reckon he had a case.
I think he did. Hardik Singh winging the ball there. That is Blake Govers.
HILGC have tried to build from behind, have tried to utilize the midfield. Hardik Singh playing it across to Jasteet on the right so beautifully. It's a ball played inside. Chance beckons now for the HILGC and takes the backhander. David Hart closes his pads in time, but the danger hasn't been averted just as yet. Now it will be, as the Tamil Nadu Dragons look to mount a counter-attack.
David Hart called in to question there. He was up to the challenge. Advantage playing. Yes, it hit a foot in the D, so people could say, why was it not a penalty corner? Advantage was played because HILGC had possession, and the umpires do want a more free-flowing game.
Having to defend deep. In this instance, the HILGC have led the circle penetrations column 5-1 thus far. And again, not the greatest cross, was given away rather softly, but the Tamil Nadu Dragons will now recover. And it's a good ball, sending the lightning quick Uttam Singh scampering alongside Albury. Uttam Singh again has been a part of the Indian senior team for a while now. He's a hard-working, enterprising forward.
Here's Nan Cousins coming in to help on the back line, but diving in, Aubrey there now. Eyes up hockey, he'll want to make that connection. It's a simple pass, wonderful reverse on that. HILGC working really hard to get the ball out of that channel. Just called that against them though, so Dragons have it again.
Again, overloading the right are the Tamil Nadu Dragons. Nathan Ephroms on that occasion being dispossessed by Gurjot, who has done really well to weave himself in and out. But Tamil Nadu Dragons win the ball again in midfield. It's been a quality tactical tussle between these two teams.
It has, and I think both of these teams know what a win means, especially a win in regulation. They're up the top end of the table and they'll want to assert their dominance.
Tamil Nadu once again looking to mount and advance. The Australian Tom Craig playing it to Shesha, who wasn't able to find his man on that occasion, Shesha Gowda.
Yeah, the last 2 minutes have had so many things happen. We had this opportunity there. Kane Russell just about keeping possession. Blake Govers not entirely happy with it. And then there was the option here. David Hart working well with his teammate and Kaufman there. Being asked time and time again in these saves. But it's a midfield battle. If the communication is high, as I've spoken about previously for the Dragons, then the HILGC will have to work even more hard than they are.
Tom Craig again in the thick of action, trying to find his partner, but now it's the man in the neon socks, Kane Russell, who didn't have a single opportunity to flex his drag flicking chops last evening. He will want more from his mates as they try to secure PC opportunities for him. It's now Tungi Kozons playing back to James Albury. That man on the right, Jaspreet Singh Kuller, was mighty impressive yesterday, particularly in outletting, as also winning the balls back.
And a loose touch there from Albury, turning over possession, and it's just a bit bouncing up and down. Kane Russell thinks because the ball was played into his body, it should be his free hit. He's asking the questions from the umpire, but I think the umpires will have a little word with him now.
Yeah, but you do not need to yell. Go away.
Might ask him to cool down just a bit. He seemed suitably agitated, and Tomlinson's done a good job of diffusing quite a few tense instances. We saw one between Hendricks and Gurjot yesterday, with Gurjot jutting his elbow out into a very angry Hendricks.
Sam Ward there just takes a little break. He needs it. When the HILGC are outletting, he's dropping back into midfield, and then when they press, he's switching, and then sometimes when they press, he's in midfield, and when they outlet, he's forward. He is that free player at the moment, and he's causing a lot of disruption against this Dragons team.
Would it be fair to say, Nikki, that at the moment the Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons have gotten their outletting a tad bit better, and the HILGC have bossed the midfield a lot more?
I think you've hit the nail on the head exactly there, Arun. Yeah, I think the options for both teams, obviously they're great outletting, they've got good possession. Possession is just edging with HILGC, 54%, so they're just slightly more. But I don't think it's going to take much, as we're just still in the first 11 minutes of this game, for that to swing down for the Dragons.
Again, a good slap down the middle, a chance here. Circle entry has been achieved. Thomas Sorsby was threatening to run away with a potential goal against Serrano play.
Yeah, wonderful skill from Sorsby. He was being closed down by Russell. That's why he didn't take a swing at the ball, and he just tried to push it on target.
Quick thinking from Kane Russell once again to find the feet of the incoming striker. Great ball, and nicely let it go did Lalit Kumar Upadhyay on that occasion. The HILGC number 14 demonstrating so much experience to let the ball go that far ahead.
There's that peripheral vision there to allow the ball through and then put it into the left-hand side. That is going to be a short corner. The first tackle was fine, but then the defender crumpled and it hit their body. He's obstructing as well, so short corner given.
Well, that was Selvaraj Kanagaraj who made Hardik Singh keel over.
Striker has to come inside.
And a very clumsy challenge where he went flush for Hardik Singh's body and not the ball. And now Kane Russell, for the first time in 2 days, will have a crack at the goal. It will be Hardik Singh with the injection. Kane Russell is in the first battery. Kozons is in the second. Manmeet will do the halting. They will need a good halt, following a good injection. They had a good halt, a good force rushing there. Excellent defending from the captain, Amit Rohidas. There will be an encore, but the captain showing remarkable courage for the Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons.
And near castle injection here, you can see that once again Russell is aiming the right-hand side, but number one runner reading that expertly.
Well, strike 2 for the HILGC. Kane Russell misses that, and the shot was eventually taken by the number 88, Manmeet Singh.
Yeah, it's a bobbly injection. Manmeet doesn't deal with it, and then that's a throwaway pass or shot. I don't know what he's aiming at there, but it's a disappointment for his team.
Another missed pass on that occasion, playing the ball straight at Manmeet, who has given it to Kane Russell, and now Hardik is looking for the build-up. It's a great ball to Sam Ward, who cannot trap it. Sam Ward did try and execute Hardik Singh's vision, making that run.
It's a weighted bouncing ball. Sam Ward, he's running away from goal to pick the ball up. Ball's coming at a different angle, unable at that point, but really good stretch and positioning from HILGC. The Dragons mounting pressure here, so any miss pickup, any kind of small error, they'll want to pounce on.
And if you look at Sam Ward's jersey, you see O'Dwyer written on it, and if you're wondering why, he dons the name in honor of his wife Abby Ann O'Dwyer. Even as HILGC mount another swift attack inside the circle. Manmeet Singh looking for support. Another clumsy challenge there from the Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons. The defense has been put under immense duress, and this was smart work from the Junior World Cup campaigner Manmeet Singh. Great skills.
And it's this pickup here, it's just another ugly tackle. What I like about HILGC is they aren't trying to rush the pass, they're waiting for the fouls deep there, just doing so well.
Seshagowda, the guilty party on that instance, giving Kane Russell another crack at scoring. Sam Ward is in the second battery. Hardik will deliver the injection again. It will be Kane Russell, and this time he rockets the ball into the backboard. This is exactly what he has done all through the competition, and the man in neon socks continues to further his advance with his 7th goal in the tournament.
The difference it makes when the injection is accurate and the trap is perfect. It's not the best positioning. He nutmegs Hart in goal, I think, but it's the sheer power. It looks like Hart is expecting the ball to be played between him and Salisbury on the post. So you can see he almost second guesses himself, and then he leaves and open legs for the man with the neon socks to power the ball through.
And aren't they delighted, the HILGC camp? They have been dominating the exchange for the better part of this fixture already, and one too many clumsy challenges that have resulted in this goal. The Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons only have themselves to blame for this. Their backline has been in a bit of a bother really today, and how they have reacted will not please their coach. Tim White will be looking pensively at the proceedings for the moment. Now Kane Russell himself makes the advance, plays the ball to Hardik.
Then up to the left-hand side and played around again. Russell, who did go into the midfield line, slotting himself back as that centre-back position. He's a pivot player, so he'll be deeper than his other two backs. And then when he rotates up, you'll just see this fluidity. The reason you will do that is because it means that the defending team need to move about. They have to communicate and try and figure out what's going wrong and who they should be marking.
HILGC once again on the up and about. Lalit Upadhyay was a little miffed with that challenge. Chance beckons again for the HILGC. Sam Ward A clash of sticks, even as the first quarter comes to an end. And in case you're wondering why Sam Ward's got O'Dwyer written on his jersey, it is in honor of his wife, Abby Ann O'Dwyer, and to quote him, as a quiet, powerful reminder of what fuels performances on the turf. But the first goal was supplied by Kane Russell. Hockey India League GC lead 1-0. It's been a promising start for the HIL GC. They have been meticulous with their performance at the moment.
They have. It was the Dragons who started, though, with the most intensity, but that didn't last long. HIL GC finding some real attacking prowess, especially along the areas of the baseline on the left and right side. Shots taken, advantage played for the foot in the D. 2-1 playing from the two fans. Sorsby almost getting that shot away. Couldn't put enough behind it, though. And it was that clumsy, ugly tackle that allowed the first penalty corner to go ahead. It was a misinject, mistrap. But on the second time of asking, Kane Russell, the man with the neon socks, used pure power to take the ball past Hart in goal to give his team a 1-0 advantage at the quarter break.
A look at the numbers will clearly illustrate that HIL GC have been the dominant of the two sides. 3 shots as opposed to Tamil Nadu Dragons is 1, 7 circle penetrations as opposed to 3, and the 3 penalty corners eventually yielding the first goal thanks to Kane Russell, who hammered in his 7th goal of the competition, continuing to expand his vice-like grip on the neon socks. Arguably one of the most dangerous drag flickers in the world going around as the Tamil Nadu Dragons seek to make some progress in quarter 2. Given that they had shown plenty of promise in outletting during the first part of quarter 1, they would want to continue on a similar vein. They would want to undo the defensive lapses even as a player has gone down. And we will have a bit of a break by virtue of that. A straight up collision, really. It was Chandan Yadav who's copped a nasty blow there.
Yeah, you want to make sure the players are okay. I think player there, Chandan, you want to make sure he's okay. I think he made a bit of a meal of it, but the umpires may choose to check. They haven't actually, because they've deemed that, like I think, there's really nothing in this. It's just players stepping up, blocking. You can't allow someone to go through you. You can hold a position. It might be a slight foul in it, but for me, he's really played that.
Indeed, he has merely held his ground. It's a great crossfield aerial, not able to take that down on that occasion. Was Surendra Kumar of the HIL GC, another busy presence on the left.
Yeah, Surendra, he played really well in the last game for HIL GC. You know, they didn't get the victory, but in regulation, but they really played well. And he'll take positive from that. Going forward, as we see the Dragons, they've got to now mount this attack in the second half, but loose, wayward passes like that, especially when your free player is Kane Russell, you're going to turn over possession.
Tamil Nadu Dragons have shown remarkable resilience in circle defense up until now. And for the first time, they have been challenged by a very organized, solid-looking HIL GC. And that's what will be disconcerting, even as they make a circle entry of their own, are looking for a penalty corner, because should they get one, they will also know that the likes of Blake Covers will be in business.
Yeah, they have spoken about wanting to open their game, score field goals, but when you have people who can demonstrate that drag flick skill, you find yourself, especially in a crowded circle, the best thing to do is look for a foot.
That's where a bit of experience also comes in handy. We saw a clutch of young players, young Indian players as well in the mix for the Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons. And they will benefit from the exposure. They will also learn a lot from their opponents. And the likes of Nathan Ephroms, for example, trying to again win the ball up ahead. The HILGC have been very organized, very systematic in how they have used the midfield to their advantage.
Yeah, their fluidity and their outletting is the difference at the moment. The Dragons, when they set up, they know who they're marking. But when there's that rotation, there's just a split second where you have to communicate, right, I'm taking this player off you, you have this player. And it's that GC will want to exploit. They'll want to then find that area in the middle of the pitch, quick transition over to the other side and mount a further attack.
Again, the goalkeeper having to step up. Amit Rohidas demonstrating composure on that occasion. David Hart, of course, is at the heart of the Dragons' defense. He's the one who does marshal it.
Yeah, he does. As we see the ball flung across, David Hart had to come out. He had to put pressure on Ward and help out his teammate Amit Rohat.
I think, Nikki, one of the things that David Hart also does really well is to act as a sweeper when the situation warrants, even as Kane Russell found himself in a tangle there with Uttam Singh.
Yeah, you do see that sometimes a goalkeeper will have a player that they are quote-unquote marking. If they want to, the defending team want to push out and put more pressure on the ball, they'll take the less dangerous player and the goalkeeper will have them.
Again, overloading the right circle entry has been secured. Sam Watt cannot get a stick on that. And smart thinking to find the feet of the incoming forward.
Just as they've done in previous games, GC utilising that right-hand baseline. The difficulty there, though, is all of their forward players rush towards the ball. So yes, the ball was played into a perfect position of space. No one was there.
Dragons, of course, have at least a couple of homegrown players in the likes of Karthi Selvam and Selvaraj Kanagaraj, who hail from Tamil Nadu. And also the likes of Arun J, who also has been making waves at the state level, has been spoken of very highly by a number of officials in the hockey unit of Tamil Nadu. Great exposure for them as well to rub shoulders with the likes of Tom Craig, Blake Covers, whom a number of young Indian players and senior Indian players alike idolize. Jaspreet Kullar playing the ball inside. Free hit out for the Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons. Great crossfield aerial again. Plenty of vision, but intercepted by Karthi ever so momentarily. Chance here for the Tamil Nadu Dragons. Ephroms goes for the backhander. Cannot find any support to his right. But they have been a lot more resolute in this quarter. Have the Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons have looked to cash in on chances. Circle penetration done. But the HILGC defenders shoring up things at the right time. There is the man on the screen. Shardanand Tiwari, the HILGC number 20, awaiting his turn. Had a fabulous Junior World Cup campaign for India. Produced a few goals. Played an instrumental role in their bronze medal winning performance. HILGC looking for the circle entry. Yet again, David Hart stepping up to the challenge. He ensured that Prasant Barla on the left did not come into play at all. Good goalkeeping.
Yeah, brilliant goalkeeping. In the last game, it was Santiago who kept his team in the game. And David Hart, the busier of the two goalkeepers so far. Yes, Mazzarello has had a few saves, but Hart in goal has been taking a lot of peppering shots from HILGC. Dragons now, yes, they're sending one player forward, but they're sitting very deep. They'll be working really hard in this defensive moment.
It's been a tournament of the goalkeepers, really. We saw James Mazzarello securing the Player of the Match award yesterday. David Hart now, the Irishman, showing his footballing skills there. A resounding kick from the two-time FIH Goalkeeper of the Year awardee.
And Aubrey there, who was centre-back, passes to Kane. Kane now moving into that central position, passing on the left-hand side. Beautiful pick-up into the D, along the baseline, passing, and a goal from Sam Ward. Diving in, getting that touch, but it was the baseline attack once again for GC that made that.
Excellent attack. They got the better of Chandan Yadav of the Dragons on that occasion, and Sam Ward was the textbook definition of a goal poacher here. And look at how quickly he flung himself towards the ball. Lalit Kumar Upadhyay demonstrating great vision and finished to perfection by Ward.
It really was, and you'll see Ward, he actually scores this with the handle of his stick. You don't see that very often, but Lalit, yeah, he created that.
It's almost akin to a hunter using the hilt rather than the knife edge. Excellent work, and it's particularly creditable for someone like a Sam Ward, who has suffered an almost life-threatening injury a few years ago. Had 31 screws fitted on his face. Again, a promising attack, just a little heavy. That last touch, which couldn't find Sudeep into play.
And almost immediately another opportunity. Beautiful run, just playing the ball a little bit too far ahead. All momentum though is with GC. Nearly 60% of the possession now in this second quarter.
Looking for an incursion are the Dragons. They have found the going tough, especially in the last 5 minutes again. Not the most composed trapping. Time and again, the HIL GC have found themselves back in the mix. It's a good ball in. Played it across. Chance here for the Dragons. And that cross wasn't capitalized. It's a promising build-up that came to naught.
Beautiful run here, just looking where it comes off of Kane Russell's foot, and then it's like from Mohamed Rahil. Beautiful play. Just a wasted opportunity. At the other end though, another shot, undercut sweep. But if you're going to try and undercut the ball and lob David Hart, you need to go really high.
Truly a statesman of Irish hockey. David Hart helped Ireland qualify for the Olympics for the first time in more than a century, and took the shot. David Hart, David demonstrating plenty of heart to thwart that Ajit Yadav attack.
Yeah, he jumped into that. That would definitely be a cool slow motion save.
Indeed, even as Tamil Nadu mount another attack, and Thomas Sosby just a little overzealous on that occasion, taking the ball over the baseline. Tense moments here for the Dragons, even as Sam Ward takes a well-deserved breather in the sidelines. Just to appreciate the magnitude of his achievements. It's a massive deal really for someone like Sam Ward to keep playing at this competitive level, given that he suffered serious visual impairment in his left eye, had issues with his depth perception.
Yeah, I think for the outsider it would definitely seem that way, and obviously it's a huge deal, but I know Sam very well, and he's a humble guy. He just wants to play hockey. This is what he loves to do, and he will do anything to be able to continue that.
I was reading a couple of his interviews, Nikki. What seemed particularly interesting was neither was he trying to overplay the extent of his injury, and nor was he downplaying it. He called it as he saw it, and he wasn't after any self-pity or pity from the outsiders. Just wanted to crack on with the game.
Yeah, I mean, what happened to him was terrible and it was huge, but it doesn't impact him as you see now. Beautiful 1-2 play. There's going to be a shot. It's a little bunt. Unfortunately, Aubrey there, he couldn't get the shot away. He's gone for the referral though.
Yes, the referral has been sought.
Zeke?
Yes, David.
We've got a referral from HIL, just looking for the player being hit, just at the top of the circle.
Okay, so looking for a penalty corner for foul play.
Yep.
Okay, I'll have a look for you.
Thank you.
Aubrey was immediate with his referral there coming in. I think he's saying that the stick coming onto his foot actually impeded him taking the shot. The fact that he could then get a shot away though, this might go against him. Because yes, it was a foul, it could have impeded him, but the fact that the whistle wasn't blown and then he has a clear shot opportunity, this is going to be quite difficult, quite close to see.
David?
Yeah.
There is no clear reason to change your decision. Stay with a free hit out and HIL will lose their referral.
Spot on as always, Nikki, as the HILGC have lost a referral, giving the Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons a momentary respite.
Yeah, so that's why HILGC have that little red arrow underneath the scoreline. They won't be able to put any more video referrals for the entirety of the match. Unless we go to a shootout, then they get a new one. But the Dragons, yeah, green, they have that option. And they'll probably see them use it at some point.
The Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons have made a campaign out of shootouts, even as there is more transgression that's being challenged.
Yeah, the aerial thrown down here, and then the umpires signalling different ways. The players a little bit confused. The umpires are mic'd up, they had communication, they came to the right decision, and then they allowed both teams just to get into the correct position, so there wasn't an advantage for the disadvantage for the defending team.
Sam Ward yet again looking for support inside the circle. The Dragons defending dangerously and deeply as Karthi Selvam now has the ball momentarily, has been dispossessed. Trying to overload the left are the Dragons. They have attempted to mount most of their attacks on the right. Doesn't look like a bad ploy to switch flanks, just keep the HILGC defenders guessing.
And you want to keep them moving. It's a high aerial ball, unfortunately. Pruvitha unable to bring the ball down. Sam Ward was putting pressure on that aerial. Just over 2 minutes in this first half. It's, HILGC 2, Dragons 0, but you feel like the Dragons have the capacity to mount an attack.
Great off the ball running from Jaspreet Singh. He gave the impetus for the free man to make that play, to send that aerial, and as Nikki correctly noted yesterday as well, we see a lot more aerials in the men's game, but a consequence of that is also these beautiful off the ball runs too.
Yeah, it creates so much space now, and as long as you're throwing the ball into space for that aerial and it's not in any congestion, it's a beautiful option. Dragons on the right hand side, their favoured side on this first half. Really important interception there, but they've got the long corner.
Jaspreet Singh Kullar has been one of the unsung heroes of the HILGC. We saw on that occasion the off the ball run. He was so good with the outletting yesterday as well. Links up well in midfield, shores up the defense, and that's the kind of support that will really give Captain Hardik Singh enormous confidence to mount attack after attack in midfield. The Tamil Nadu Dragons looking for a deflection from Uttam Singh on the inside, not to be.
Yeah, the Dragons took that very quickly. They're aware we've got less than 1 minute left, but the ball did not travel 5 yards, so it's a cheap turnover. This is when they want to make sure that they've got the strong mindset. They're not making silly mistakes.
have to imagine that HILGC will like to preserve the advantage given that only 20 odd seconds remain in the opening period. They will want to slow down the momentum, which is what you saw Kane Russell attempting a little while earlier. That's experience coming to the fore. You don't want to rush things, especially when you're ahead. And you will see Sam Ward doing much of the same as well. Calmly pushing the ball over the sideline, even as the half-time hooter is upon us. And it was a productive opening period for Sam Ward and the HILGC. They were solid and spectacular when called for, but for the most part, they ensured that they did the basics right, kept the furniture in order, and ensured they had 2 goals to show for. At halftime, HILGC 2, Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons 0.
Dominating performance यहाँ पे.
A wonderful flick.
शानदार गोल.
एक से भले दो.
Hi, I'm Tom Craig. I'm a midfielder and I play for the Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons. I've been very lucky. I've been to India probably 10 times, maybe more. What I like the most, I always look forward to the food and I always look forward to hanging out with my friends. I love having masala dosa for breakfast. It's amazing. Every single breakfast, Blake Govers and I, we always have a masala dosa together. Yeah, it's super fun, super tasty. It was really good to be in Chennai for the first half of the Hockey India League. It was our home crowd, which was great. The city is beautiful. I'm also looking forward to going to Bhubaneswar. We've spent a lot of time in Bhubaneswar, and if anywhere in India was really my second home, it would be Bhuba. I really like the zoo, Bhubaneswar Zoo. It's awesome to have some chai with your friends, sit around, talk, share cultures, share stories, and the tea is very tasty too. I love my G brothers, Uttam and Chandan. From UP, they're great fun. All right, I'll tell you one thing we want to tick off. It would be great to win the Hockey India League. That would be really good.
Welcome back to the Hero Hockey India League as we look at the ongoing contest between the HILGC and the Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons. The HILGC are well and truly in the driver's seat thanks to goals from 2 of their most experienced overseas pros, Kane Russell and Sam Ward. First goal coming by way of penalty corner. The second one, a carefully crafted, beautifully constructed field goal.
It was the Dragons who started the fastest. Mazzarello called into action, and an ugly tackle here allowed for Kane Russell to have an opportunity, but it was a mistrap. They got a long corner, then it was another re-award. On the second time of asking, Kane Russell using pure power and forcing that ball, that drag flick past Hart in goal, and showcasing why he is currently the top goal scorer in this tournament. Then the GC came in from the right, from the left. They loved using the flanks and the baseline on the attack. Dragons kept going as well, but they could not provide what they needed to. Wonderful play again on the left-hand side. This pick-up here, fantastic from Lalit, and then he found Sam Ward. Just look at this, eyes up hockey, just moving the ball, that little dink, and then Sam Ward using the handle of his stick to force that ball over the line to give his team a 2-0 advantage. Yes, the Dragons tried to come back with another mounted attack. This ball was thrown into the D before it had travelled 5 yards, so a cheap turnover. So at half-time, it's HIL GC 2, the Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons 0. Circle penetrations, GC have had 5 more than the Dragons. They've had double the number of shots and 3 penalty corners to 0. No cards in the game so far. The umpires have been strict, really good with their communication to the players.
Let's have a listen to what the coaches had to say a little while earlier.
Coach, a strong start from your team. How do you maintain that attacking fluidity in the second half?
Yeah, from the last game we have learned, so structure wise in the defense line we are doing very good, and in the meantime forward attacking more, so where we have got a short corner and today we have got a goal. Thank you.
All right, all the best. Coach, what adjustments will help your forwards connect better in the second half and convert more chances?
Yeah, we have some work to do. They deserve their lead, so we'll get inside and chat about just not forcing it too much. We've still got 30 minutes to try and get back into it, so that's the plan.
All right, we wish you all the very best.
Well, both the coaches present contrasting opinions by virtue of the contrasting positions. A look at the neon socks holder. Kane Russell has strengthened his grip on it with an addition to his tally. Already has 2 hat-tricks in the tournament. Tom Bond, Amandeep Lakra, Tomas Domene and Alexander Hendricks are hot on his heels, but at the moment it's Kane Russell who is the pace setter. And in this beautiful city of Ranchi, the Hero Hockey India League first hosted the women's fixtures, and we saw a thrilling final that culminated in a shootout last Sunday, and the men's action has well and truly kicked off over the last couple of days, and it's been a 2-week-long party with a few more days to go here in Ranchi.
Yeah, I'm not ready for it to be over yet, so I'm so glad we do have a few more days. The cheerleaders are out on the pitch. They are getting the crowd riled up, and then we start to see the dance moves from those in the stadium. Always brings a smile to my face to see the happiness that hockey brings.
Indeed, it's closely entwined with the culture of the people here in Ranchi, and as an extension in the Indian state of Jharkhand, also known as the Chota Nagpur regions. Even as the Chota Nagpuri songs are belted around the stadium, it's something I really look forward to. And one way of beating the cold is to warm yourself up with these dance numbers.
Absolutely, I can see if it does get a little bit colder, both of us, seeing if we've got 2 left feet or we've got some moves.
See Prince Deep practicing his moves as well, not the dance moves of course, just warming himself up as he takes his place instead of David Hart, who's been given a bit of a breather. Interesting decision really, given that David Hart thwarted at least a couple of goal scoring opportunities. I see that potentially as a squad management thing.
It can be. We saw it in the previous game, an international goalkeeper being substituted for an Indian one. It then allows you to increase your international outfield players, so it could be a change in tactics for sure.
And that's a good point you make. That would also ensure that we might see Sander Devine at some point. Mazzarello, of course, holds his place under the bar, and the HILGC coach Vikram Pillai did hint at a slightly different approach to what could be described as a more cagey approach. That's what we have been discussing. Prince Deep has replaced David Hart under the bar for the Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons. Prince Deep himself has been carefully nurtured by the likes of PR Srijesh, was part of the Indian team that finished with the bronze medal in the Junior Hockey World Cup that concluded recently. As we are all set for third quarter action to be underway. And both sets of players squaring off for this quarter 3 action. The HILGC will want to continue their dominant run with the 2-goal advantage, and they have started off on the right foot, mounting an early onslaught.
Yeah, at the pushback, you had 6 players for the GC team on the halfway line. As soon as the ball went back, they all rushed. It was like American football style, and that's just to put immediate pressure and to have more passing options going forward.
Good takedown there, and an opportunity for the Dragons. They are looking for support Ephroms there, and very well done from Kane Russell again. It's an important function of his job description as a defender. Sometimes gets glossed over by his superlative drag flicking.
Yeah, he's that free player in his defensive line, so really important that he steps up to clear any loose balls. So short corner has been given for it hitting the body of the defender. We're just going to double check this because I think GC think the ball is going wide of the goal, which would make it danger.
GC
yeah, this isn't a referral, this is me checking. Go
don't
away.
have a referral, and which is why
corner for you?
Ephroms was nudging Tomlinson, who very curtly asked him to mind his business and said he was checking it himself.
You can see the ball is going to be played in here. It's the shot. Yes, it hits the body. You can see here now it's high and it's going wide, but that's what the gamble you take if you lose your referral.
And the umpire has stuck to his guns, and it's an opportunity for the Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons to pull one back. Amit Rohidas, the captain, is in the first battery. Blake Covers, watch out for him, is in the second battery. Will it be a second battery injection? It will be, and Blake Covers goes for an almighty drag flick, and it's the mustachioed Australian who opens the account for the Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons. It promises to be another clash of the drag flickers, with Blake Covers coming to the party.
Yeah, he certainly has arrived. Far castle injection, and in playing the ball, it's splitting Mazzarello and Yorston in the goal. The power, the pace, like you say, that moustache. What a goal, what a flick. That is a straight, hard flick, straight into the back of the goal.
We saw the likes of Amirul Islam, one of the best players during the Junior Hockey World Cup, said he idolized Harmanpreet and Blake Covers for their drag flicking ability, and you know why. And the Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons will be pleased with this early riposte, although they will be mindful that there is plenty to be played for. One of the things that caught my eye from what Vikram Pillai, the coach of the HILGC, said, Nikki, was that they had become a lot better with the vertical attacks as opposed to yesterday. They were a lot more fluid in transitions. The Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons were found wanting in the first period.
Yeah, the fluid attacks here, it's just when you play the ball, you then get ahead. So let's say you're a fullback, for example, you give the ball in, just about, that's going to be a short corner. Absolutely, that was silly there from the Dragons captain, Amit Rodas. There, yeah, it was immediately Sam Waters putting him under pressure, and he didn't go. They don't have a referral, but they didn't need to go for one. You can see this ball is played with intention off the back line.
Although I don't think he intended for it to go over the baseline. He perhaps tried to make a more lateral push, just connected it all together. Something that Amit Rohidas will be very disappointed, a defender of his experience. And now Hardik Singh has the opportunity to give a solid injection to Kane Russell, who is looking for his 8th goal. Sam Ward is in the second battery. It'll be Kane Russell. And once again looking to go to the left of the goalkeeper. Just dragging it a tad too wide, finding the rusher.
Yeah, Hartik there. It comes to Kane Russell. He plays the ball to go round the number 1 runner. A little bit of a slow run out, and he hits the number 1 runner's foot. Newcastle injection again. It is Kane Russell. It's strong number 1 running. He's being blocked.
Well, Amit Rohidas is making amends for the push over the baseline now. It's almost telegraphed, really, Nikki, that he is going to go between the keeper and the post defender, Sosby.
Newcastle again, he's gone for the other side. You called it, Arun. You were saying it's like he's telegraphing, like he's going to the right-hand side. This time, switching it up, powering it into the left side of the goal.
That's goal number 8 for the New Zealander, Kane Russell. And what does it matter, even if he telegraphs it, when you can strike it as ferociously as that? Princedeep got his mitts on it, but could not halt the ferocity of the strike. It was sheer velocity. Amit Rohidas couldn't do much, neither could the goalkeeper.
For me, Princedeep there, I think he was caught a little bit unaware. GC sent the left slip, so the left side runner in, and I think he was almost expecting a deflection of some sorts. The left side runner just then held back, and Kane Russell was able to use that moment of uncertainty to his advantage and score another goal in this game.
Back-to-back goals coming in quick succession. That's Gunasekar, the assistant coach of the Accord of the HIL GC, I beg your pardon, managing the rotations. Yes, the HIL GC have once again ensured a 2-goal advantage has come their way.
Yeah, and if you're a purist here, you may say, well, that's fair because, yes, the Tamil Nadu Dragons did get that goal, but they were quite lucky, in my opinion, to have the penalty corner given for them, and then the HIL GC kind of nullified that goal.
I agree with you on that, Nikki. It seemed dangerous, and that's what I think HIL GC, by virtue of being bereft of their referral, found themselves like. It's a great crossfield aerial sent with vision, trying to hunt down the Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons backline. Jasjeet was lying in wait. Clumsy yet again in midfield. Sam Ward, the guilty party on this occasion.
The Dragons trying to mount the attack. Raheel, they're moving through the midfield. GC doing everything they can to try and halt the attack. Sushil there under pressure from Sam Ward, who's spoken about how he's moving from midfield to attack depending on who has the ball and if they're outletting or pressing. I love these tactics. I love that they're changing. Yes, you've got to make sure that you're fit enough to run them, but mentally you have to stay switched on.
More often than not, Nikki, I believe that these two things are intertwined. Your physical fitness that directly translates into being able to concentrate for long phases without getting fatigued.
Yeah, totally. And it's something you see players do. They practice under fatigue, and it's just the simple things to do. And the more you can do the simple things under fatigue, the better you're going to be in those really high pressure situations.
Dragons are trying to get some space in midfield. Good run yet again, but halted on that occasion. It was Mohammad Raheel who was shuffling inside the circle. On the break now is Gurjot, who's being shadowed by Sander Devine. as company on this occasion now with Kaufman also in the hunt.
Yeah, the captain there doing really well on that side, getting the free hit, but then a one-on-one battle. We're seeing more and more of these baseline attacks, and the 3D skill you need to utilize to actually beat the defender has to be multi-directional. So it's not just a one lift, it's a lift and then changing the ball in the air as well.
The attacking fluidity has been a lot better from the Dragons. Again, trying to get behind the line now. Karthi Selvam finds an opportunity, and the Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons will celebrate that goal that's come against the run of play. It was an aerial, but it will be referred by Tomlinson.
So this is my referral.
Yep.
Can we just check if there's any reason I cannot give the goal?
Okay, David, I'll have a look if there's an infringement before the goal.
Thank you.
So Tomlinson using his umpire referral. They're limitless, obviously, and he is able to do a goal, no goal situation. For me, so I think that's a stick tackle. I think Govers has moved the stick away from Jasjit Singh. So just coming through here. Jasjit's on the ball, and for me, yeah, Govers has moved his stick out the way. I can see this goal being taken away.
David?
Yeah.
I have advice for you. There's a stick check by the attacker before the goal. You may want a free hit out.
Yes, clearly indeed, and I thought Karthi Selvam was also guilty of jutting a stick out. This replay will give us a clearer idea.
Yeah, I think that's the right decision, and I think it's easy to see as well the immediate reaction from HILGC on that goal. They weren't just complaining, they thought something had happened, and when you get that feeling, it's really great to see experienced umpires saying, oh, hold up, wait a minute, I'm just going to double check.
The self-correction aspect is another standout feature really in the Hero Hockey India League. All these umpires not being averse to doing a double take, sometimes just checking with the umpire upstairs, who has the benefit of video replays as well, so it's the smart thing to call.
I think when the game is this fast, you have to do everything you can, because sometimes the ball travels so quickly you can't see. Strong interception there from Sam Ward, just diving to prevent a line ball from going past him.
And playing the ball behind Philip Kaufman has also played a part in outletting from the left for the Dragons. Just needs to be a little more composed, this unit.
It is getting closer though, possession pretty much 50-50 for both teams, and circle entries only 2 in favour of HILGC, 17-15 currently.
The Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons are putting numbers up front. There are plenty of yellow shirts in the final third.
Free it here. Blue ball, blue ball, blue ball. Don't come in with your stick like that, mate. That's just ridiculous.
I'm not. Abel. He came in like this.
Well, umpire Tomlinson calling it as he saw it. The clearest, the most succinct expression of his annoyance was visible as he said, it was just ridiculous, do not hoist your stick up. Was a fair shout really from umpire Tomlinson. The Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons building from behind. It's Yet again, Mohammad Rahil, who's been industrious in midfield. Chance here for the Dragons. Great 3D skills. Went for the shot the first time, Thomas Sosby. The ricochet did not quite land within striking distance for the Dragons, but that was a seriously promising build-up. Look at that from Sosby. Excellent 3D skills, and look to slot it home on the half volley. Not to be.
There's Sosby here. He can be quite an inconspicuous player. He goes unnoticed, but he does have exceptional skill. And that's Blake Govers. He has been given the green card. You can see he's shaking his head. He doesn't agree with it, but he's had words so far from Tomlinson.
The word that David Tomlinson used was ridiculous. He said you cannot hoist your stick up like that. And you had to say the umpire had a point there, as Blake Govers spends a couple of minutes on the naughty step. The best way for a team liked by a man is to continue to be on the attack. But at the moment, Ajit Yadav has got the ball for the HILGC. Well intercepted. And now it is the industrious Kaufman, who has brought in plenty of energy from the time he has come onto the pitch. He has switched flanks now, moved over to the right, even as Sushil Dhanwar tussles it out with the HILGC defenders.
It's a lovely aerial across the side of the pitch. Beautiful skill. Yeah, this is going to be upgraded to a penalty corner. Salisbury, who we saw moments ago showcase his 3D skill, and Tomlinson, the shake of the head, the hands on the hips. He's given his opinion. I've got to say we agree.
We do indeed, but he also cuts the figure, Nikki, of a very stentorian headmaster, let down by his charges once too often. Absolute disappointment on his face, and you have to sympathize with the man. Alperim just made a body tackle on the incoming Sosby. Now a penalty corner opportunity for the Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons. They made good on the opportunity the previous time around. This time again they have Sushil in the first battery. Amit Rohidas is in the second. Blake Govers is not there on the pitch. Sushil finds the first rusher. Great running from Priyobarta Talem.
Yeah, Talem there. The ball comes out to the near castle, and you can see him limp and hobble away. He's absolutely worn that, but the number one runners are so brave.
Take two now. They once again go to the second battery, and yet again has been thwarted. Sosby cannot find a way to breach the external defense. It just goes to show how these little things matter, Nikki. Blake Govers got sent off for a couple of minutes moments earlier, and the Dragons got a PC opportunity with Govers not being on the pitch.
Yeah, and they'll have wanted to utilise him, but that's a little bit of a wayward pass. Just about covered and surrender there. Getting the ball, Salisbury deemed to have used his weight to push against him. This short corner goes to the far castle. It's beautifully run down again. Play on was given. You can see, even though they have 3 players marking that side of the goal, the Drag Flickers still want to play that corner.
And now the HILGC will want to stretch the pitch wide and build an attack of their own. Rahil doing well to nudge the ball out of danger. They will play the long corner, and it's again an evidence of the rule change, of course, a long time ago, where when the ball, even if the ball is pushed over the sideline, you restart from outside the 25-yard mark. It's a great ball in, played into space. Ephraim tried to make the deflection, but it was Tom Craig with an off-balance backhander that sought to find Ephraim's inside the D.
Yeah, Ephraim's there doing so well. Mazzarello, it looked a little bit like he wasn't sure what was going on. Just about covered. kept his team in the game. Yes, he's had to be in the goal for some of the penalty corner defence, but he hasn't been called into action in any real capacity in this third quarter.
But that's a fair call, really. Intercepted by Gurjot, very well done. And he had to beat Amit Rohidas, but the experienced Indian defender rising to the occasion, yet again winning the ball back. Again, a nice long aerial, seeking to find a man from the right, cutting in.
This is the chance here we were speaking about. Mazzarello coming out. Actually, on the replay, it's really good from Mazzarello. This, the previous, and then aerial just over the baseline. And Mazzarello, he looks like a quiet character, but he is so commanding in goal.
He is indeed. And one of the things that's actually caught my eye has been the Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons with their aerials. They have been a lot more impressive, have been a lot more proactive. Almost seems an exemplification of the adage, attack is the best form of defense.
Yeah, it can relieve pressure, it can break lines very easily. It has to be accurate, it has to be a skill that your entire team is expecting. You know the off-ball movements, you know positioning where you need to be. Like I say, yeah, you need someone who 9 times out of 10 they are going to find your stick from 50, 60 yards away.
It's a good ball across the turf, finding Jasjeet Singh on the far right. In a clumsy challenge, we've seen a few of these.
Yeah, so this has been blown for a stick block. That's so well seen by the umpire. And then it means Devin can get the free hit. But yeah, Jasjeet there. He tried to go through the player, put his stick ahead of the ball and pushed his stick into the defender's stick. That's why it was called for a stick block. I think on the attack we've seen HILGC try and go through the defenders. They need to utilise the space around.
Good ball again, finding Blake Covers on top of the circle. Still with Covers. Just trying to find some space. Did the smart thing there, playing it back. Inside the circle, still inside the circle, takes the backhander. Ricochet was quickly taken as well, but that will also mark the end of the third quarter. A very, very entertaining, engrossing third quarter that saw both the teams notch up a goal each. However, it is the HILGC that preserved their 2-goal advantage with a 3-1 lead over the Dragons.
It was 2 goals from 2 penalty corners in this third quarter. The Dragons, they started well, they needed to, they had the shots. This was the one that was given as a penalty corner. HILGC tried to complain they don't have their referral, and it was Blake Govers who stepped up, utilised all of his power and his drag flicking expertise, placing the ball low and past the goalkeeper and the defender. Short corner then awarded for the HILGC, for the ball put over the back line. And who else is going to step up and take it but the man with the neon socks, Kane Russell, for his second goal of the game. The Dragons tried to come back, they had the opportunities. Thomas Sorsby showcasing some wonderful flair and 3D talent, once again here winning the penalty corner for his team. It was the number 1 running, the strong defensive unit of HILGC that were able to close out this third quarter and maintain that 3-1 lead. It's Mazzarello in goal. Looks like he will be staying for this entire game, and then Prince Steve in goal for the Tamil Nadu Dragons.
That was a bit of a surprising change for me to replace David Hart with Prince Steve, but could also be a case of squad management really. As Lalit Upadhyay is set for fourth quarter action as the Dragons have to play catch up. They are still adrift by a couple of goals.
Yeah, they are, but it is a close game. Yes, there's 2 goals in it, but percentage-wise for possession, it's very close. 1 or 2% difference in it. Each have had 6 shots. Circle entries actually in favour of the Dragons, 19 to 17. HIL, though, doubled the number of penalty corners, 6 to 3. It's what it's all about, is when you go into the circle, when you make that all-important circle entry, getting a shot on target, finding a foot, or even better, just getting a goal.
One thing eventually leads to another. Not too shabby from the HILGC at the start of this fixture, but the Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons have gotten progressively better over the course of the match. Just a reminder that these are the second and the third place teams. It's a good ball threading through the midfield. They find the man up front. Chance here for Frowns, and he goes for the far post. A little too wide on the angle there with Kane Russell marking him down.
Yeah, this outletting from the Dragons, they split the defence. Ephraim's here from this tight angle. Wonderful connection, and that wasn't far off. As an attacker, though, that's a little bit disappointing from Uttam, because you want him to be sliding in.
There again, the defender marking Uttam Singh had done a good job, but we have a penalty corner on this side of the pitch. Gurjot Singh, eyes up, goes for the backhander. Again, Sam Ward at the right place at the right time.
Yeah, really similar, that 2 plays that have happened simultaneously almost, and Sam Ward there showing the commitment to dive in, and that's, I think, if you'd had it at the other end, Dragons could have had a goal.
One of his earlier attempts manifested in a goal, and Kane Russell lines up yet again in the first battery alongside Sam Ward. It will be Kane Russell again, and he ensures that he goes flush at the feet of Amit Rohidas, the first rusher. Was done ever so well.
Yeah, Rohidas coming through, just wears it on the shins, just running as hard as he can.
An encore again. Kane Russell this time goes on top, and that is a hat-trick. And Kane Russell has made this a tremendous habit. He's had a hat-trick of hat-tricks in the Hero Hockey India League 2025-2026, and what a stunner.
This might be one of the most beautiful goals you are going to see. The trajectory, the power, the pace, the fact that the ball hits the underside of the net. What a way to score your hat-trick. Prince Deep there didn't even have time to react. The pace and the calmness, just one hand in the air as a celebration.
And the affable Kiwi just lodges another strike. It's his 9th goal in the competition. A triple hat-trick in the tournament is a truly special occasion, and let's not forget, we have barely had him play 5 games. And he's already leading the goal charts, as HILGC have once again won the ball brilliantly. Sam Ward cannot make the trap, but was a great takedown by Lalit Kumar Upadhyay on the earlier instance. The Dragons once again are behind the 8 ball.
And I know we've still got quite a while left in this 4th quarter, but what a difference a day can make. HILGC look like a different team. Dragons, though, they'll want to try and get something out of this game. Whether or not they can win it, no one knows, but goal difference plays such a huge and vital part in this tournament.
We have seen the Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons come from behind and push the game to a shootout on a couple of occasions, and they have won each of those 2 shootouts, but Kane Russell, by virtue of those 9 strikes, is well and truly on top. And it's also the influence that he's had on the team in toto that's been truly delightful to watch, as the HILGC also are down by a player. A green card has been issued to one of the players.
Yeah, Lalit there, I think he's the player who's picked up that card. It's not what you want when you are having the momentum. It can ask questions of you. Free hit out, though, I believe has been given. There is Lalit Kumar. He's on 2 minutes out.
Is a referral being sought?
Okay. All right. Okay.
I think they are looking for a stick check there, the Dragons.
Zeke, we've got a referral from Dragons just looking at the stick check at the top of the circle. I was okay with the ball coming across.
Okay.
Can we just check the top of the plate, please?
Confirming you gave free hit out for another foul?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'll have a look for you.
Thank you.
So the ball coming across there, they're looking for a stick tackle. You can see from this angle, it does look like Hardik Singh, the captain, gets his stick in the way, preventing the Dragons from that shot. Obviously, on-field decision by David Thompson was play on. It's going to be a tough call because I think Hardik's actually fouled a stick tackle with the first shot. This is when you don't want to be a video umpire.
David, yes. There is no clear reason to change your decision. Stick with a free hit out and Dragons will lose their referral.
The Dragons have lost a referral, so that's insult to injury for a team that's already 3 goals adrift. There's still plenty of hockey left in this contest, but just a moment of appreciation for the man with the neon socks, Kane Russell, who's found inventive ways to find the goal or the backboard on 9 separate instances. He's made this art look mind-numbingly simple, but you would have to imagine that it's nowhere close to being as easy as he's made it look.
No, it's a skill that takes years and years to harness, and it requires, not daily, but definitely 4 or 5 times a week you'll need to practice it. And also it can depend on the pitch as well, how the pitch plays, where the positioning is, and who you're working with as well.
Dragons now drifting in from the left, trying to pepper the HILGC circle with abundant challenges. Tim White knows that his team have the task cut out, but also in terms of pure technique, Nikki, I just want to draw your attention to that particular aspect of Kane Russell's drag flicks. They do say that the optimal point of connection, the force you generate from the back leg and the time at which you lift your head up, all of these play a huge part in determining an effective drag flick. Would you say he checks each of these boxes?
I think he checks every ball and then some, but Sam Ward has somehow managed to get the ball. He's gone a one-on-one, he plays it in. That's been given as stick. Sam Ward really unlucky there. He was going for the shot, he got it on target. Defender racing back to assist. Prince Deep doing just about enough. I think with regards to the drag flicking, yeah, Kane Russell ticks every box. It's his technique, but he has a very different technique to Payap, for example. It's all in what works for you and how you can generate the most power.
We will get back to that conversation, even as Sam Ward completely outwitted Prince Deep, for whom it's been a chastening examination of sorts. Vikram Pillai grimaces there, rues a potential 5th goal going a begging, but he'll be happy, as will his assistant coach Gunasekar. It's been a solid performance, both in terms of their vertical play as well as their drag flicks, their penalty corner conversion. Kane Russell's had a conversion rate of well over 65% in the competition. It's again a scarcely believable number as Karthi Selvam looks for a cross, hit dangerously on that occasion. Karthi Selvam also has made a comeback of sorts. played in the Asian Champions Trophy for India, the senior side, a couple of seasons ago, then was out of contention, then had to shed some weight ahead of the last season, which he did, and now finds himself in pretty good form.
Yeah, you want to make sure you're in a peak physical condition for any tournament that you play in, and the Hockey India League, it's a grueling schedule for these men's teams. 3 cities they've got to travel to, 3 different pitches, and they've got to showcase their skills in front of these crowds. Just about cleared away there by the HIL GC. Sam Wall coming back to help, playing the ball down the line. It's going to be a one-on-one. Lalit going against the number 12 as well.
It's a great run from Lalit Kumar Upadhyay. In fact, Ajit Yadav was the man in business on that occasion, tussling it out with Prithvi. Great run, almost overrunning the last defender, who seemed suitably harried.
Yeah, Ajit there against GM Full Theory there, and he just, for me, he tries to do a wide dodge. There's not the space for that. Yes, you've got momentum, you've got the excitement, you want to go forward, but it was a one-on-one. I don't think he was ever going to win.
There's the man who's been the talisman for the HILGC. 9 goals, a healthy chunk of goals every single fixture, and his defensive duties have been outstanding, just like that. A great trap yet again, paving the way for another quick outlet. Of course, Kaufman is back in business. Blake Gowers, I beg your pardon, is back in business for the Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons, even as there has been an infringement.
Blake Govers winning penalty corner for his team. This happened just before the ball cleared away and picked up. And then it's this drop back here, the beautiful play from Govers, winding, turning as a stick tackle. There's a stick tackle there, and another one. And Tomlinson deciding that's enough. We're upgrading to a penalty corner.
And now a chance for the Dragons to halve the deficit, I beg your pardon. Blake Gowers is in the second battery. You would fancy him getting it, and it's a ferociously struck shot, but somehow it's been kept out by the impressive James Mazzarello. Was hit with some power, really. And the Dragons aren't done just as yet. They are trying to continue the attack, but now it will be the HILGC that will outlet. Sam Watt making the ball across the left.
This was the beautiful drag flick there. Mazzarello took the step to his right. It was a comfortable height for him to save, but it was the second phase of the Dragons coming through. He had to make sure that he was prepared for everything, and he was.
In good counter there. Manmeet eyes up, looks for his partner. Ajit Yadav was up front, couldn't make the ball to him as the Dragons quickly counter as well. It's a good blistering run from Tom Craig, who still has the ball. Nice takedown there. The chance beckons for the Dragons. And finds a penalty corner. Smart work there. The experience coming to the fore from Ephraim's.
It all started with Tom Craig, a quick run, the free hit, the aerial to Ephraim's, who took it down. He wanted to take a quick shot, but he was under pressure from 2 players. It just created a little bit of space between him and the defenders, bounced the ball into the turf and found a foot.
Blake Gowers just quickly sussing out the circle, trying to plant his feet and just check if the alignment was correct. No doubt it is going to him again. You would have to back your best drag flicker and one of the very best in the world. Blake Gowers once again. And this time he finds the first rusher, who came perilously close to him. Was a great run from Priyavarta Talem.
Yeah, Talem there doing so well, but The Dragons, on the attack. HGC, they need to be careful. They are diving in. It's another short corner. That's Sorsby there who's created that one.
Thomas Sorsby has been mighty impressive for the Dragons. And this was a great run from Talem, almost in handshaking distance with the Blake Govers. And the ball must have been traveling at close to 85 to 90 kilometers per hour or upwards.
120 to 150.
Fair enough. If it's a Blake Govers flick, you don't want to be on the conservative side. Third penalty corner opportunity in a matter of a minute. Taking its time with the injection. Blake Govers goes once again, this time clanked into the post, but still no luck for the Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons. Tom Craig is in absolute disbelief. How did that miss?
Central Castle Covers gets hold of this one. He's playing it along the ground, looking for that deflection, but it came off the post with such ferocity there. You can see now it's getting a little bit loud on the pitch. The players asking questions. Neither team having a referral though.
Both sets of players are getting testy, but Saurabh Rajput confirming to Tomlinson that it was a long corner. HILGC, it will hearten their coach that they're still playing with the same levels of intensity despite being 3 goals ahead. Chance here, and this one will be goal number 2 for the Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons. It's come off the opportunistic Uttam Singh, who stepped up, was caught wanting a little while ago when it came to a goal post. This time did way better. But hang on, the goal will be checked by the umpire. Uttam Singh looked convinced.
Sorry, what was that?
So while we wait for the umpires to discuss, we'll have a look at this. So I think it's checking if the ball has gone 5 and it hit a back stick. I don't know if it did.
Can we just check the cross and the 5 metres, please, and the cross coming across?
Okay, check if there's any reason not to give the
just
goal.
going to check the cross. I think the umpire's in a goal, no goal situation. So it was a free hit, the ball coming across. Yes, it's bouncing, but a really wonderful first time touch to play it into space, then that reverse hit across by Uttam Singh. So what they'll want to look is the whole pattern of the play. So does this ball move 5 yards? Yes, this ball moves 5 yards. Now the question is, it's a bouncing back stick, so we need to double check if it has hit the blade or the curved backside of the stick. The on-field decision was goal.
I for one thought the back stick was more worthy of the attention of the umpires rather than the 5-yard one.
Hi David.
Yeah.
There is no clear reason
Thanks.
to change your decision.
Goal.
Stick with the goal.
Was the correct call on the pitch, really. Much ado about nothing at the end. Uttam Singh doing really well. Was just interesting how Sam Ward was marking him for the major part of the time, even before the cross came to him. But eventually Uttam Singh did really well to find himself in space, and like you said, tap the ball into some more space and then coolly slotting it home.
Yes, Sam Ward there, he had 2 players and he almost stepped away from Uttam there to put pressure on the ball carrier because he thought he was going to have the shot, and Uttam got the ball and scored the goal.
Dragons have made some late comebacks in the competition already. They have taken the game to a shootout against the Hyderabad Tufans and the SG Pipers, both of which they won. Sam Ward will cool his heels for a while. The HILGC will want to take advantage of a thinly staffed backline of the Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons, who are pushing numbers up front. They need 2 goals and they have less than 4 minutes to do that.
Now it's HILGC, yes, they're winning 4 goals to 2, but they've just given 1 up. They've played well, these players just running into each other, but play on because it was a forward not deemed necessary. But look at this astounding run coming through. It's a 1-on-1 It's Kane versus Ephraim's. It's got a shot on target. Mazzarello with the save. It's peppering him. How's it stayed out of the goal? But somehow it has.
How have they not scored on that occasion? James Mazzarello doing extraordinarily well, but the door wasn't merely knocked, it was almost taken down. The goalkeeper really rose to the challenge there, but the attack was initiated by Tom Craig, who did a wonderful job to outlet from midfield. Just thought Ephraim's was guilty of taking a little too much time on the ball right near the goal.
Tom Craig, that powering athleticism he shows as he comes through the middle of the pitch, driving forward. It's not the first time he's done it. It's so impressive.
It's just another look at how things transpired. Mazzarello was almost wrestling with the ball there right till the end, ensuring that neither of Tom Craig nor Ephraim's could slot the ball in. All they needed was a nudge. And for the second time in as many days, James Mazzarello has been spectacular.
And he really has. The Dragons now mounting another attack coming into the D. That should be a free out, and it is. Really strong defending there from Manmeet. Yeah, the question though I kind of have, yes, HILGC are 4-2 up, but this fourth quarter has been cagey. I don't feel like they have controlled this game as much, and they're down in possession for sure.
Nikki, I would attribute much of that to an improved showing from the Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons as well, who have been a lot more brisk in attack, a lot more purposeful with their outletting, and they have flooded the circle with numbers. And we see the goalkeeper now being taken out. Prince Deep has marched off the pitch, and the Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons will have an extra outfield player as they seek 2 goals to push this game to a shootout.
That's a big ask for them with 90 seconds left, and now it's the aerial, it's the overload in attack as we see Gurjit Singh come through. Thrown away for me though, and you cannot tackle on the floor.
It's a trade-off really that the Dragons will want to capitalize on. Gurjot was very promising, even as the Dragons now return the favor, trying to make a circle penetration. Kane Russell, how good has he been? Not just with the drag flicks, but with the defensive work as well. Has played a pivotal role in outletting that.
Yeah, he really has. He's been everywhere. And I know we shouldn't just talk about the drag flicks, but that third one was something special.
Oh, Nikki. In Nikki Lloyd, I beg your pardon, Kane Russell has an unflinching fan forever now. Safe to say that, isn't it?
Absolutely. I think he's a fabulous player, what he does for the team, and anyone who can score 3 hat-tricks is definitely one that I'm going to keep my eye on.
Under 10 seconds now left. It's all but over for the Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons, and this man's been the star of a dominant HIL GC performance. And that brings to a close this fixture. A keenly contested affair between 2 of the teams that have been in the top 3 for a number of games now, and now by virtue of this win, the HIL GC will soar higher in the points chart, while also condemning the Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons to their first defeat in the Hero Hockey India League 2025-2026. It's been a comprehensive attacking performance with help coming in from all quarters. That man on your screen, Sam Ward, chipping in with a goal as well, but the real star was Kane Russell with his 3rd hat-trick in the competition. At full time, the Hockey India League GC have completed a 4-2 win over the Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons. We'll be back for the presentation after this break.
Hi, I'm Tom Craig. I'm a midfielder and I play for the Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons. I've been very lucky. I've been to India probably 10 times, maybe more. What I like the most, I always look forward to the food and I always look forward to hanging out with my friends. I love having masala dosa for breakfast. It's amazing. Every single breakfast, Blake Govers and I, we always have a masala dosa together. Yeah, it's super fun, super tasty. It was really good to be in Chennai for the first half of the Hockey India League. It was our home crowd, which was great. The city is beautiful. I'm also looking forward to going to Bhubaneswar. We've spent a lot of time in Bhubaneswar, and if anywhere in India was really my second home, it would be Bhuba. I really like the zoo, Bhubaneswar Zoo. It's awesome to have some chai with your friends, sit around, talk, share cultures, share stories, and the tea is very tasty too. I love my G brothers, Uttam and Chandan from UP. They're great fun. All right, I'll tell you one thing we want to tick off. It would be great to win the Hockey India League. That would be really good.
Welcome back to the Hero Hockey India League, where we were treated to an extraordinary exhibition of well-struck goals. We had half a dozen in all, but it was the HILGC, thanks to another Kane Russell special, that prevailed over the Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons by 4-2. Blake Govers and Uttam Singh hit back with 2 goals, but that proved inadequate. Time now for the post-match presentation. Over to you, Surbhi Vahed.
A swift turnaround for HILGC as they bounce back to winning ways, handing the Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons their first loss of the season. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the post-match presentation ceremony for the Hero Hockey India League 2026 match between HILGC and Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons. Hero Hockey India League would like to take this opportunity to thank their partners: title sponsor Hero Motocorp, broadcast partner DD Sports, streaming partner Waves, official hydration partner Bisleri, medical partner Apollo Hospital. Thank you for your support. Please welcome our dignitary to present the Hero Vida Electric Player of the Match Award, Shri Dharmendra Kumar Singh, Associate Vice President, Hockey Jharkhand. And the award for the Hero Vida Electric Player of the Match goes to Kane Russell from HILGC. It's hard to keep him quiet. 3 goals for him today, 9 overall. He's also our top scorer of the season so far. Kane, would love to join by you. Now, third hat-trick for you of this season. It's like you're making it a habit, aren't you?
Yeah, like pretty happy with that. Nothing to say.
Now, talk us through the turnaround from yesterday. No penalty corners, then 8 today. What changed?
Yeah, I mean, we created a bit more. We played quite a different team. This team was man-to-man, and there were a lot more opportunities. Yesterday, the Lancers were very structured, and we struggled to break it down.
Congratulations on the win, Kane, and thank you so much for talking to us. Thank you. Well, that was your player of the match, Kane Russell, and that sums up the post-match presentation ceremony.
Well, a man of few words, but Kane Russell sure packs a punch. As the Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons were condemned to their first defeat in the competition, the Hockey India League GC, producing a sublime 4-2 performance to notch up another victory. A look at how the game panned out will reveal how the HILGC dominated the proceedings.
They really did. A goal in every quarter in this game, so it was one for the fans. It was opened by the man, the myth, the legend at the moment, top goal scorer for the tournament and player of the match, Kane Russell. One goal for his team, and then beautiful skill saw Sam Ward use the handle of his stick to give the HILGC a 2-0 advantage. Penalty corner was then awarded to the Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons. HIL wanted to refer it, they had lost their referral, and it was Blake Govers who stepped up beautifully, powering this ball between the goalkeeper and the post player to make it 2-1. Kane Russell stepped up for his second of the match to increase the lead for GC back to that 2-goal advantage. Sam Ward diving for another attempt, missing that but getting the short corner for his team, and my personal favourite goal of this game, the third, the hat-trick for Kane Russell. There's no stopping that as the trajectory of the ball made it go into the roof of the net. Thought it was quite comfortable then at 4-1. But the Dragons, they weren't done. They wanted to mount that comeback. Really wonderful goal by Uttam Singh there. And he gets the applause from his teammate Tom Craig, who, got to say, was also exceptional in the midfield. In goal, Mazzarello was called into action, and this, the best part of the game for him. Kind of like a triple save under immense pressure. Yes, it was scrappy. At the end of the day, HILGC beating the Dragons 4-2, and a really great turnaround from a disappointing game yesterday.
Kane Russell rightly mentioned that they found the Vedanta Kalinga Lancers a lot more difficult to break down, but the numbers will reveal how the HILGC got the measure of the Tamil Nadu Dragons, who interestingly had 2 more shots but produced 2 fewer goals as well. The circle penetrations also saw the Dragons rack up a few more in the second period, but look at the 8 penalty corners, and that truly proved to be the game changer. 2 goals coming by virtue of it, and by virtue of this victory, the HILGC have zoomed all the way to the top, leapfrogging the Vedanta Kalinga Lancers, having played 1 more game. Nonetheless, the Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons, having suffered their first defeat in the tournament, have slipped to 3rd position now. In fact, have retained their position in the 3rd spot. No surprises there. The man with the neon socks continues to be Kane Russell with 9 goals, 3 hat-tricks to boot. Tom Bond, Amandeep Lakra, Tomas Domene and Alexander Hendricks now have plenty of ground to cover, with Kane Russell well and truly ahead. But the action continues tomorrow as well, with the Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons in action for the 2nd time in as many days, this time against the Shrachi Bengal Tigers, who will be looking to get into winning ways, and we will be back for that, coming to you live at 7 p.m. Until then, it's bye from Nikki Lloyd and me, Arun. Good night to you.
Din